Hello students, this is GPAT 2016 question paper. I'll read out 4-5 questions first, brief about them, and then subsequently we'll discuss each question. I mean the whatever pharmacology or pharmchem or Sutix part. So question wise we will discuss. So first question is, if the drug is absorbed by passive diffusion, what will it be its absorption kinetic? Zero order, first order, second order, pseudo or zero order. Second question is, which of the following is delayed type of hypersensitivity reaction? A. Arthus, B. Penicillin sensitivity, C. Tuberculin sensitivity, and D is ABO incompatibility. Question number 3. Methyl ether of erythromycin is clarithromycin, dierythromycin, azithromycin, or mithramycin. Fourth, ebuloscopic method is based on which of the following observation? Freezing point depression, boiling point elevation, osmotic pressure change, none of the above. Question number 5. HLB of span and twin may be obtained from which of the following equations? HLB is equal to E by 5 or E plus P by 5 or 20 into 1 minus S upon A, or hydrophilic group numbers minus lipophilic group numbers plus 7. And next is, how many fundamental vibrations can be expected for C2H5Cl? Which of the following is not suitable as a post-coital contraceptive? Levonorgestrel 1.5 milligram, ulipristal acetate 30 milligrams, mifepristone 10 to 25 milligrams, and mestranol 1.5 milligrams. Next, which of the following properties is a characteristic of tannins? They give a precipitate with alkaloids. They give yellow, blue, red color with iron chloride. They transform hide into leather, and they give pale pink precipitate with iodine. So the answer is PQS or P and Q or P and R or only Q. Next question, which of the reactive oxygen species is most dangerous to cells? Siglate oxygen, hydroxyl radical, superoxide radical, and peroxide. Next question reads, the Gibbs phase rule, option A, holds only for the systems with more than component. Second, predicts that a maximum number of 3 phases can exist in one component system. Does not count phase compositions as intensive variables, and does not count pressure and temperature as intensive variables. Next question is, nerve impulses from the cochlea arrive in which region of the brain? Auditory cortex, thalamus, medulla oblongata, or inferior colliculus. Question number 14. What is the surface tension of water at 25 degrees Celsius? 58 dyne per centimeter, or 68 or 72 or 82 dyne per centimeter. Next, acridine and xanthine rings are related to each other in that xanthine is oxygen isomer of acridine or nitrogen isomer of acridine, or acridine is oxygen isomer of xanthine, or xanthine is sulfur isomer of acridine. Then the question is on colligative properties. They depend upon structural arrangement of atoms within the molecule of solute and solvent, or it depends on the number of solute particles, or physical properties of the solute particles dissolved in the solution. And fourth option is some of the corresponding properties of individual atoms or functional groups within the molecules. Question number 17. Which of the following increase systolic and diastolic pressure in normal patient but not in patient with a heart transplant? So epinephrine, norepinephrine, tyramine, and phenylephrine. Then the question says, large Reynolds number is indication of which type of flow? Smooth and streamlined, laminar flow, or steady or highly turbulent flow. Question number 19. Which of the following drug is considered as a potassium sparing diuretic? Triamterene, chlorothiazide, mannitol, and furosemide. Then the question is, increased number of normal mitosis may be present in following tissues except bone marrow cells, nails, or hepatocytes, or intestinal cells. Question number 21. To which chemical class the Vinca alkaloids belong? Whether it is tropane, indole, tryptophan, or purine. Question 22. The antibiotic which resembles the end of a charged tRNA molecule is streptomycin, vancomycin, puromycin and tetracycline. And lastly, if the cohesive forces between the similar molecules are less than the adhesive forces between dissimilar molecules, a deviation in the Raoult's law is observed. Here, which deviation will be seen? Positive, negative, absent, and the option is either positive or negative. Hello students, we will start with the first question of GPAT 2016 question paper. So I'll brief you about say 15 to 20 questions, and at the end of the session you can take the test yourself. So the first question is on passive diffusion. So now what is passive diffusion? This is a reversible process of movement of solute particles through the semi-permeable membrane and back again until there is a equilibrium on the both sides of the membrane. Now this rate of passive diffusion depends upon it is directly proportional to the concentration of the solute particles. That means this rate of passive diffusion of solute particles through the membrane follows first order kinetics. Now here are the points on which the rate depends, like size of solute molecule, the membrane thickness, temperature, and in case of ionic solute on electric potential across the membrane. Now there is another kind of diffusion, that is facilitated diffusion, which is a carrier mediated diffusion. Now this is a passive diffusion mediated by specific proteins as carrier or gated channels. This exhibits Michaelis-Menten saturation kinetics, which is faster than passive diffusion, and the glucose, for example, glucose transport in erythrocytes or anion transport. Now if you see the equation, V0 is equal to Vmax into substrate concentration divided by Km plus substrate concentration. Now when S, substrate concentration, is far less than Km, the rate is first order, because your equation will become V0 is equal to Vmax into S upon Km. And if it is other way around, that is substrate concentration is very high than Km, then the equation will become V0 is equal to Vmax. That means the rate is 0 order. Antibiotics: clarithromycin, azithromycin, roxithromycin and mithramycin. So now here I'll brief about erythromycin structure. Now you can see erythromycin is a 14-membered lactone ring with a keto group which is at 9th position. There are 5 OH groups at 3, 5, 6, 11, 12. Also we have methyl groups, 6 methyl groups at 2, 4, 7, 8, 10 and 12 positions, and 1 ethyl is at 13th position. OH at C3 is glycosylated with clarinose, that is a neutral sugar. OH at C5 is glycosylated with dizosamine, that is amino sugar. Now the problem with erythromycin is it has a very bitter taste, and the pKa is 8.8, which is only slightly soluble in water, extremely unstable at pH 4 or below. Optimum pH is at neutrality, and there is irregular oral absorption. So purpose of chemical modification is to increase its lipid solubility for parenteral dosage form and to increase its acid stability for improving oral absorption. So we have the modified derivatives of erythromycin as clarithromycin, dierythromycin, roxithromycin and azithromycin. Now here we have, you can see the R group at position 6. If it is OH, our molecule is erythromycin. If R is OCH3, we have clarithromycin, which is a 6 methyl ether. So clarithromycin is 6 methyl ether of erythromycin. Then if you have F at 8, C8 will be fluorithromycin. So now I'll also show the structure of mithramycin. So here the mithramycin, you can see it is an anthracene derivative which is having anti-neoplastic action. And we'll also see structure of azithromycin. So this is azithromycin. Now you can see the difference. This is a 15-membered nitrogen containing macrolide only, but they have increased stability to acid catalyzed degradation. And there is one equation where it is mentioned how erythromycin is prepared, how azithromycin gives azithromycin. So erythromycin is having oxime group. By Beckmann rearrangement, we have lactam, and then the lactone of erythromycin is, there is a reduction of lactam methylation. After methylation, you will get azithromycin. What are the types of hypersensitivity reactions? We have penicillin sensitivity, which comes under type 1, that is allergy reaction or immediate type of hypersensitivity. Then comes blood group incompatibility. ABO incompatibility comes under type 2, that is cytotoxic hypersensitivity. Arthus reaction comes under type 3, that is immune complex disease. And we have tuberculin sensitivity, that is type 4, delayed type hypersensitivity or cell mediated immune memory response or antibody independent. So we have tuberculin sensitivity as type 4, delayed type hypersensitivity reaction. Then we'll see the next topic, that is ebullioscopic cryoscopic methods. Now when you are determining a molecular weight of the solute dissolved in the solvent and the degree of dissociation, we have seen some properties like boiling point, elevation, freezing point, depression, osmotic pressure. So these are the properties which are used to determine the molecular weight of solute. So first one is ebullioscopy. Ebullo is boiling, scopy is study. So that is the based on observation of the boiling point, elevation. Cryoscopy is based on freezing point, depression. The next topic is on HLB. Now there are various formulas of calculating HLB of the surface active agents. For simple alkyl ethers, where the hydrophile consists of only ethylene oxide, we have this formula. HLB is equal to E by 5, where E is the weight percentage of ethylene oxide group. For polyhydric alcohol, fatty acid esters such as glyceryl monostearate, we have HLB is equal to 20 into 1 minus S by A, where S is the saponification number of ester, A is the acid number. Now for example, twin 20, suppose we have S is equal to 45.5, A is equal to 276. So you can calculate the HLB. So if twins have the HLB in the range of 9.6 to 16.7, and spans, that is the sorbitol esters, they have HLB in the lower range of 1.8 to 8.6. So for polyhydric alcohol, fatty acid esters, we have HLB is equal to 20 into 1 minus S by A. So if you know the value of S, you know the value of A, you can calculate. So for twins, we have HLB 9.6 to 16.7, or spans we have 1.8 to 8.6. Then one more formula is there for materials for which it is not possible to obtain the saponification numbers, beeswax. So we have the formula HLB is equal to E plus P by 5, where P is the percentage weight of polyhydric alcohol group, glycerol or sorbitol. Then we have HLB can also be calculated from group constitutions, like HLB is equal to, we'll first take hydrophilic group numbers minus lipophilic group numbers, then this is added by 7. Now the next question is, how many fundamental vibrations can be expected for C2H5Cl? So here the formula says 3n minus 5 is for linear molecule and 3n minus 6 is for non-linear molecule. Now if the molecule is composed of n atoms, it has 3n degree of freedom. 6 of which is translational and rotation of molecule itself. So that leaves 3n minus 6 degree of vibration freedom. If the molecule is linear, 3n minus 5, and if it is non-linear, it is 3n minus 6. Now your compound is C2H5Cl, so 5 plus 2 plus 1, that is 8 atoms. N is equal to 8. This is a non-linear molecule, so we will use a formula 3n minus 6, and hence the fundamental vibrations will be 24 minus 6, that is equal to 18. Now the question is, which type of the following is not suitable as a postcoital contraceptive? Now mestranol is estrogen, that is a methyl ether of ethylene estradiol. Estrogen only is not a method of emergency contraceptive. So emergency methods are progestin only, that is levonorgestrel 1.5 milligram, antiprogestin only, ulipristal acetate 30 milligram, or mifepristone 10 to 25 milligrams. And then we have combined estrogen and progestin, which are not used much, or you can have ethanyl estradiol and progestin, which is levonorgestrel. The question is, which type of the reactive species of oxygen is most dangerous to cells? Now reactive oxygen species like singlet oxygen, hydrogen peroxide, superoxide, hydroxyl radical, they are harmful to the cell because the reactive oxygen species, that is ROS, they are highly reactive and they will cause effect as damage to the DNA by reacting with the bases, oxidation of polyunsaturated fatty acids, oxidation of amino acids. Of all these, the hydroxyl radical is considered as most dangerous. The next question is the Gibbs phase rule. What is Gibbs phase rule? Now, for the non-reactive multi-component heterogeneous system in thermodynamic equilibrium, the Gibbs phase rule is F equals C minus P plus 2. F is the degree of freedom, that is number of intensive variable that can be changed independently without disturbing the number of phases. P is the number of phases, gas, homogeneous, liquid phase, homogeneous, solid phase. C is a component, that is minimum number of independent chemical constitutions. The 12th question, number 12 is, nerve impulses from cochlea arrive in which region of the brain? And the answer is medulla oblongata. Now the question is, what is the surface tension of water at 25 degrees Celsius? The surface tension is exhibited by the liquid due to the force of attraction between the molecule of the liquid. The surface tension decreases with increase in the temperature and vanishes at boiling point. So we have few values. Water air interface at temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. The surface tension is 72.86 plus minus 0.05. Water air at 21.5 degrees, it is 72.75, and the temperature at temperature 25, the surface tension is 71.99 plus minus 0.05. The next question reads, acridine and xanthine rings are related to each other in that. Now here we have the structure of xanthine, where X is equal to O, and thioxanthine, X is equal to S. So we can say xanthine is nothing but oxygen isomer of acridine. Then the next question asks about colligative properties. Now colligative properties depend upon the number of particles in the solution, molecules, temperature, independent of nature of the solid particle. So just now we have discussed in the earlier question, vapor pressure lowering, freezing point depression, boiling point elevation, osmotic pressure elevation. These are the colligative properties. So they depend on number of solute particles in the solution or molecules. And we have additive properties which depend on total contribution of atoms. So for example, molecular weight. So that will depend on the total contribution of atoms. So that we call them as additive properties. What are constitutional properties? say you have optical activity, electrical properties. So they depend on the structural arrangement of atoms within the molecule. Solubility, if you consider it, is both additive and constitutional property. The question reads, which of the following increase systolic and diastolic pressure in normal patient but not in patient with heart transplant? Epinephrine, norepinephrine, tyramine or phenylephrine? Epinephrine, norepinephrine and phenylephrine, they are directly agonist of adrenergic system. Now these drugs will affect the heart of normal patient as well as heart transplant. Denervation may result in upregulation of both alpha 1 and alpha 2 receptors, so that directly acting alpha agonists have greater than normal effect. Whereas tyramine almost exclusively act as indirectly acting sympathomimetic. This will increase norepinephrine release from the neuron, which produces the biological action. Now, heart transplantation involves cutting of the autonomous nerves to the heart, that is denervation. So, as a result, the autonomic nerve endings degenerate, the cardiac transmitter stores are absent for 2 years or longer after surgery. That means indirectly acting sympathomimetics do not affect heart action as its rate or force of contraction. The question reads, large Reynolds number is indication of which type of flow? Now Reynolds number is a ratio of inertial forces to viscous force. So laminar flow, when Reynolds number is, when it is less than 2300, it will be a laminar flow. It is between 2300 and 4000, it will be transient flow, and if it is less than 4000, if it is more than 4000, it will be a turbulent flow. Now the next question is about diuretics. So we'll just briefly see the classification. The classification of diuretics is based on the mechanism of action. We have carbonic anhydrase inhibitors. That is, they act on the site 1, is proximal to convoluted tubule. Now here they inhibit H plus formation and promote sodium potassium excretion. The examples are acetazolamide, chloraminophenamide. High ceiling diuretics, we have furosemide, ethacrynic acid, that is, they act on the site 2, that is thick ascending limb of loop of Henle, and they act by inhibiting sodium potassium chloride symporter. Then we have phenoxyacetic acid derivative, ethacrynic acid, 4-amino 3-pyridine sulfonylureas, torsemide, miscellaneous, muzolimine. And thiazide diuretics, that is, they act on the site 3, distal convoluted tubule. We have thiazide diuretics like chlorothiazide, hydrochlorothiazide, benzthiazide, hydroflumethiazide, bendrofluothiazide, methiclothiazide. And thiazide like diuretics, we have metadisulfamoyl, benzene derivatives, mefrucide, salicylamide, zipamide, benzhydrazide, clopamide, indapamide, and tetrahydroquinazolone, that is metolazone, 1-oxoisoindole, chlorixolone, and thalimidine is chlorthalidone. Then we have potassium sparing diuretics, that is acting on the site 4. We have a cortical collecting duct and distal convoluted tubule, that is, they act by inhibition of sodium and water reabsorption. So we have aldosterone antagonist, spironolactone, and epithelial sodium channel blockers, that is triamterene amloride. Next class is osmotic diuretics, that is mannitol and urea, acting on the proximal tubule, loop of Henle and collecting duct. Then we have vasopressin antagonist, that is, you have conivaptan, tolvaptan, and mozavaptan, they're acting on the DCT. Organomercurials, they are not used now because of the side effects. They're acting on the lupofenle. And we have cyclic polynitrogen compounds with the diuretic action, that is chlorazanil, geobromine, and miscellaneous cytinine. Now the question is, increased number of normal mitosis may be present in the following tissues except dash. So we have the options as bone marrow cells, nails, hepatocytes, and intestinal cells. So obviously the increased number of normal mitosis will be present in bone marrow cells, hepatocytes, and intestinal cells. The next question is, to what class of Vinca alkaloids belong? Okay, so the answer is indole alkaloids. And the next question is, the antibiotic which resembles 3' end of charged tRNA molecule is. Now the puromomycin is antibiotic obtained from Streptomyces albopictus. Puromycin causes premature chain termination in protein synthesis. Part of the molecule resembles 3' end of the amino-acylated tRNA. Puromycin enters A site and transfer to the growing chain, causing the formation of puromycylated nascent chain that results in the premature result of polypeptide from the ribosome. Then we have question that if the cohesive forces between similar molecules are less than the adhesive forces between the dissimilar molecules, the deviation in the Raoult's law is observed. Here, which deviation will be seen? So now we need to know more about Raoult's law. Now, if the solute A is interacting with the solvent B, then two forces play the role. You have cohesive forces between like molecules, the adhesive between different molecules. So between AA, BB, it will be cohesive. Between A and B, it will be adhesive forces. Now, when the adhesive and cohesive forces of attraction are uniform, that is, between the two components are similar, the solution is ideal and it obeys the Raoult's law. Here the vapor pressure of the solution is equal to the sum of vapor pressure of the individual components. Now the partial vapor pressure of each component is equal to the vapor pressure of pure component multiplied by its mole fraction. For example, hexane octane. Let us see the diagram. You can see here the total pressure, total vapor pressure, and composition is on the y-axis, x-axis. Now here the ideal solution will obey, you can see the straight line, positive deviation, and you can see the negative deviation, that is on the lower side of this straight line. Now what is the meaning of this? The adhesive and cohesive forces are not always uniform. Okay, that means the solution deviates from the Raoult's law. Now when adhesion is less than cohesion, so AB less than AB or BB, that means the vapor pressure of the solution is higher than the expected vapor pressure, so it will be positive deviation. So this will be exhibited by benzene, ethyl alcohol, chloroform ethyl alcohol, or carbon disulfide acetone, hexane chloroform. Then when adhesion is greater than cohesion, so AB will be greater than AA or BB, that means the vapor pressure of the solution is lower than the expected vapor pressure, so that will show negative deviation. That means if the solvent has a special affinity for the solute and the tendency of the solvent particles to escape is much lower, which lowers the vapor pressure more than expected. So now we can decide if the cohesive forces between similar molecules are less than the adhesive forces between dissimilar molecules, then what kind of deviation will it be? It will be negative.